Signing today in Vancouver.
Mm.
Hey, Kevin Lankinen, good for
Yeah.
you. Kind of like we've been
Great for you.
trotting out Joey Decord's name, so I didn't know you were sought after. Or congrats on a big money long-term deal. 5 years, $4.5 million per for Lankinen. He's got a full no move in the first couple of years, a 15-team no trade the rest of the way. I guess two things: thoughts on the deal and thoughts on this goalie. And we kind of kicked it around before we started. How much of this is a reaction for what's happening with Thatcher Demko injury-wise?
I think a lot of it, and that's being respectful of what Kevin Lankinen has provided to the Vancouver Canucks, because they pulled this guy off a scrap heap. Who's kidding who? I mean, right place at the right time if you're Kevin Lankinen. But in the absence of Thatcher Demko, he gave them quality goaltending. Without quality goaltending, the Vancouver Canucks are in a real ugly fight right now, coming into the final push here. So I would say that he's earned this deal. It was interesting, though. So I remember checking in before the Four Nations break with the agent, Todd Diamond and Mark Gandler, and asking, where are you in this process? And the response was, you know what? We're kind of on and off. We're having preliminary talks that kind of go back all the way back to mid-January or so, but nothing that would be considered front burner. And then it sounds like in the last couple of days, Patrick Allvin and the Vancouver Canucks said, okay, we better get this done. And now, were they going to do that anyway? Do they have internal information on Thatcher Demko that we haven't been apprised of yet? I don't know. But when I think of the comps, I mean, based on what these other guys have signed for, Joey Decord, Mackenzie Blackwood, Logan Thompson just got his deal done. You had Lankinen. So there was a number of comps that the agents were able to push to management in Vancouver and say, okay, well, 5 year is the term that everyone else seems to be comfortable with, so we're good with that. I think he actually would have wanted a little bit more money, believe it or not. I think 5 times 5 would have probably been what the player had started at. And then you come back at 4.5. So I think it's a pretty good deal if you're Kevin Lankinen.
So, and Demko's up in a year. He has 1 year left at $5 million. There's the injury stuff, but then there's also is this because this is the summer you'd extend him if he's your guy,
right?
It kind of sounds like they've made the decision he's not going to be their guy. Like, you can't pay a backup 4.5.
Yeah,
Demko, if he's right, is going to command 7 to 10.
Yeah,
like it feels like this has been that you've written the end of Demko as a Canuck into the next 16 months.
I don't know that to be true, but the way you explain it makes sense. And we've talked about that, kind of privately as a group here as well. It does feel like Vancouver is open to possibilities pretty much at every position, right? I mean, we know that they're scouring looking for a centerman. Last time we spoke, I think we were a little bit unsure as to what the next move might be with Elias Pettersson. Well, did you see him play for Sweden at the Four Nations? And I'm not burying the kid. There's still time left in the regular season. He can still make an impact, in locking things down, maybe make an impact in the postseason. But if he doesn't, what does that tell you? That has to be enough for Canucks management to go, may come back to burn us if this guy all of a sudden finds his spark, but it doesn't appear like it's going to be in Vancouver. So we need to utilize whatever asset he is. And on top of that, the cap space that comes along with the transaction we're going to. Now, I'm not saying that this is going to happen between now and March 7th. It's possible, but you can drift that into the offseason and then retool. And maybe that's where the Demko conversation comes in as well. But you better get a goalie back. You're going to need something with a little bit more stability unless you feel like you've covered all your bases up front. There you go. There you go.
Yeah, 2 Four Nations goalies. They're great. What are you talking about? Demko, what? Who?
Yeah.
Hey, guys, thanks for watching. Be sure to check out more of our content right here on the Flames Nation YouTube page. We had a bunch of great long-form interviews. You can check out some videos we've done as well outside of the studio. And, of course, if you want more writing or merchandise stuff, flamesnation.ca or nationgear.ca. Appreciate you watching.